AA.
No matter what it is in life that you want, you gotta go out there and get it. Just don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. Never give up on your goals, stay focused on you. Focus your view, succeed, cause I'm hoping you do. Keep climbing up the ladder, cause the key to success. Go hard and go home, never settle for less. Life is stress, but we gotta deal with it, homie. Send a prayer to the man to put a shield on it. Work hard for what you get, appreciate what you got. You can always improve, just don't stop. Going for your dream to achieve in your life. Gotta take a chance like rolling the dice. It won't come to you, so you gotta go get it. At the end of the day, add up the digits. Miss Price used to say, if there's a will, there's a way. So I live by it until this very day. I kept on mashing and I never gave up. Me believing in myself is the way I came up.
Never hold you down, you gotta get up. These are your dreams, never give up. Never ever give up. You gotta keep on hustling, keep on rocking. You gon' make it, keep believing. Never ever give up.
I'ma keep hustling till I'm down in the dirt. Number one rule is my family is first. I know you probably saying this dude trying to preach a sermon. Let me speak cause the streets deserve it. At least they learning about the pain and the progress. Face to face with the strain of the process. Don't live your life like a Loch Ness. Anybody can succeed if you compete in the contest.
What's up, team? This is Robert Porter with the I Love San Bernardino County radio show with Ipiati Locker today.
Hey!
Today we're going to have an incredible show based on our local school system. We have a cool person today, Mr. Ariano. Oh my gosh, I had a brain fart just now. Mauricio Ariano. Man, can you say brain fart on the radio? Oh my gosh. Right. And you've been here for a year. You're running our school district. You are from San Bernardino, San Bernardino High School. So
Cardinal Pride.
Yeah, we're going to get all into that. Pacific Pirates rule.
Cardinal Pride.
And Sindra, director of the Title VI Indian Education Program here in the city of San Bernardino. We're a school district for a long time. How long, Sindra?
22 years.
22 years, yeah.
I've had the job for 22 years, but I've been with the program since the late 80s.
So this is how long she's been with it. Me and Amy were going through some old boxes of her mom that were in storage for years and years and years, and we pull it out, and it's Syndra's number in there.
Same number?
Yes. I don't know if it's the same number, but I'm just like, whoa, this is incredible. Yeah, so
Awesome.
she's been doing a great job. I'd like to mention our sponsors, Celebrities Bar and Grill over on 40th Street. Max Zaire is trying to build a conglomerate of businesses, right? He's got his Juice It Up out there in right there off Cherry Avenue, so in Calamasa, and he's doing some other things as well. So, Max, we love you. We love that you're paying sales tax. We love that you help San Bernardino. We love that you throw holiday events. Thank you for everything you do. And I know sometimes you don't feel appreciated, but I appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
We really do. So thank you. And our standout of the week, our San Bernardino standout of the week is Lotta Wilson, Commissioner Wilson. Just newly appointed to the Parks and Recs Commission of San Bernardino.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he does videography at the Acoma Unity Center, and he does a great job teaching them about videography, right? The kids. And they've been putting some stuff together that you would not believe. I'm talking stuff that like adults in college will be doing. Right, about community and diversity and all these different things, right?
Definitely.
So that to have an outlet, so good things are happening over there at Acoma, and I want to thank him for doing that. But he's also, I don't know the whole story, and I want to have him on, and we're going to have a commissioner show. But he's also a local star from back in the day.
Yes.
He did some
music.
Music. He was in the music industry for a while, and actually had some pretty good hits.
Definitely.
Right. So I'll let him explain all that a little better. But like what I know him for is the fact that he helps our community and he helps the kids. So
Latte is definitely an amazing gentleman. He had recently won an award this year earlier at the Martin Luther King Award and Service Gala.
He wins awards every every
Definitely,
year. Yeah,
definitely.
everywhere. Yeah.
And then I also think that I think he might be leading like the Republican chapter out here in San Bernardino. So
Yeah,
that's nice as well. Some diversity
I
in
did
there.
notice that
Definitely.
that he had likes from the Republican community here.
I think
and I
he's
was
one
like,
of the
interesting, yeah.
what is it like? I want to say representatives. I forget. It's been a while, but one of the I don't want to say we know he's a commissioner, but represents the party out in this area. I forget the exact.
A delegate.
A delegate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And he's also he was considering running for the 7th Ward of San Bernardino, where I live. So I thought that was
Definitely.
put your name out there, man.
There you go.
And I like, it doesn't matter what political party you are, please run.
Totally.
I'm an independent, or actually no political preference
Same
since
here.
I've been 18. So I've not picked a party. That gives me a chance to meet everybody. And,
Totally.
And I want everybody to run because I want a choice.
Totally.
And in the 7th Ward, we had a good choice. We had all these choices. Now we're down to 2. So we'll have to
True.
see how that goes. And we'll be having future shows on that as well. Treasurer Ortiz will be coming over, into the show after Memorial Day.
Yes.
And I've been speaking with Mr. Penman. We'll be getting him in soon. Kim Knos will be coming in as well.
Okay.
And we'll get Henry Nickel in one more time before the
election.
election hits in November. And, so we can really get to know them. I don't want just their talking points. I want
Totally.
to know about them. Like,
Definitely.
You went to San Bernardino High School. That's the kind of things that makes a San Bernardino want to vote, right?
Totally. Cardinal
You
pride.
understand. Maybe that. But also because you understand San Bernardino, right? And that's why you did this vision to 2030 in the first place, right? Because you wanted the local people to have input on what is going to represent our San Bernardino Unified School District until 2030 and the years before that. Why I know this? I was a part of this committee at the end, so I'll leave it off to you. Go ahead and please explain it.
Well, first of all, appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you, and my regards to Cindra Weber, who does an excellent job in our school district. So thank you for matching me up with her. I do appreciate what you said. Being from San Bernardino is something that is of great pride for me, and it was one of the major reasons why I returned. And I have a big belief that as the school district goes, the city will go, and as the city will go, the school district will go. And so we're working hard to put together a vision that cultivates our pride for the city, pride for the district, that we truly believe that all kids can learn, and that doesn't just become a mantra, that we truly believe
Amen.
the human potential of every student in our district. That we have a strong commitment to parent engagement, community involvement, because the only way the city and our district is going to rise is if we come together around the element of love. And I know Cindra talks a lot about the element of love in our community, and I strongly believe that. And so this vision, this SBCUSD Shines Vision 2030, was created by our community. It's not the superintendent's vision. It's not a principal's vision. It's not even the board's vision. It's the vision that the community came together. And Robert, as mentioned, was part of that group at the end. That was kind of our litmus test. They were different members of the community, not necessarily parents, but they were community members, elected officials, parents, past parents. And they got an opportunity to kind of look at all our materials and say, are we on the right track? Are we missing something?
What was interesting to me also is the process before that. Like, could you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So a year ago when I first arrived, it was important for me to get a pulse of the community. So we did a lot of superintendent forums throughout the city. I met with a lot of folks one-on-one, elected officials, community members, key partners, staff members, parents. We did a thought exchange, which is an app which people of the community and 3,000 of our high school students were able to enter what they want the district to be between now and 2030. So all that information combined with just the testing data is what led into the first draft of this vision. And then our community group at the end either validated, verified, or said, hey, we need a few things that's missing. And it all came together and we have a final product.
And it was real good input from our local community. Like, I felt like everyone in there added a little bit, and we're all trying to get at the same thing, something good for our kids, something good for the parents to look at, and this would be something that we'd want our kids to go to, right? We want them to go to this school. The one thing that I wanted to make sure that didn't happen was we didn't start from below zero. I like to start at zero, like because I come from the system where we were always taught that we're coming from behind and we have to catch up. But we're all standing on the shoulders of giants.
There you go.
Right? So I'm starting from zero, and we're gonna get going.
There you go.
And we did that. We made sure that there was nothing like that. So this is when I was done with the final. Oh my gosh, very good stuff.
Thank you.
Now, not just you, your team. Thank you.
Totally.
Can you please mention a couple of their names that worked so hard on this?
Yeah, so this started with our 7 members of the Board of Education who have done a great job coming together as a team. Danny Tillman, Abigail Medina, Mary Ellen Grande, and the rest of the group, Scott Wyatt. Then we had our cabinet members, which are assistant superintendents. Oh, and Felicia Alexander. Yeah, well, let's name them all.
Yeah.
Felicia Alexander,
Scott Wyatt.
Mickey Johusky, Scott Wyatt, Myra Ceballos. We have a great board. All of them
Strong
working
team.
in concert. My cabinet is working together strong. Dr. Rodriguez, Mrs. Applegate, Dr. Funches, Joe Paulino, Chief, Terry Kominick, Mary Roan, Godwin, our communications. But even just our folks on the community group, we had folks like Robert, we had Pastor Beckley, we had Alton Garrett, we had
Tim
Jim
Prince.
Morris, we had Tim Prince, we had parents. So
Jim Smith.
we had a community that represented everybody.
Definitely.
So it wasn't certain people or the people that you always see all the time.
Totally.
It was a nice mix. So I feel really good about what we have, and it's a true reflection of what our community wants from us. And it's our personal accountability piece. This is what our community wants us to get done, and we're going to get done because I'm an optimistic person.
Beautiful. I think it's good to have a positive disposition and outlook. Really, to me, it makes a difference in our experience, in this experience that we know is life within the living. What you guys just shared, and what I thought was beautiful and unique, was that you said you had over 3,000 students that participated, and I think just that process alone gets greater buy-in because it really shows the students that they are defining and shaping their future. What opportunities do you want in your life to be able to proceed and create a wonderful life for you and your future family? So I love that aspect. I would love to see that emulated, maybe not for another 2030 plan, but just on a yearly basis with the school to help them define what they want to learn.
I want it done for our history. I think that same template could be done for our history, and you'd get all the elements you want because you went to the parents and asked them what they wanted.
I hear
You
you.
built it up. So
Well, and I'd like to share one story in response to what you just said. One of the requests from our high school students was to beautify our campuses. And so we've been doing a lot of work on repainting, re-landscaping. But I was at San Gregorio High School a couple weeks ago doing a walkthrough, and this young man walks up to me and he says, "Are you the president of the schools?" And I said, "Well, no, I'm the superintendent." He said to me, "Thank you for painting a school because it tells me you care."
Beautiful.
I was like,
Beautiful.
wow, what a moment.
And to me, doing that, cultivating that sense of pride and beautification at their school, I pray that they take that to their community, right? And take pride and ownership in their communities where they
Yes.
live and reside, and have a sense of pride about that. And most importantly, take the initiative to do what you can. Organize your neighborhood to do a little community cleanup. It doesn't have to be led by the city or things like that. You could organize your community and beautify your community and take pride in ownership because, San Bernardino is a beautiful venue, from the mountains to, we have all the, topography here from the low desert, high desert, urban sprawl, rural areas, the mountains, and almost all the way out to the sea, So it's a lot of things to be prideful about here. And we have amazingly gifted and talented people. We produce some of the best,
Yes, sir.
So the one, I have a super hard question, and I know you're going to be scared of this. That's why I didn't tell you about it.
Yeah.
But the question is what about our food with the schools, like the kids and the food? Like, it's not a super hard question. I'm just wondering, like, is there any way to make it a little better, or because I eat it a lot. Even the catered food I think is a little mediocre. It could have been a little
Yeah, no, I appreciate that question. As a matter of fact, that was the number one topic
hear
of
you.
feedback from our students
believe you.
was how can we work to improve the food.
Amen.
So, luckily we have a great chef, Alonso, that's his name, Alonso.
He sounds French.
And what he has committed to do is to meet with students on a monthly basis to do two things, to do taste tests, but also to speak to the kids about cultural relevant foods that represent our students.
I like
so
that.
he's already started that work. Now, granted, we have to fall within the parameters of the federal government of ingredients. So there's parameters we have to
Does
stay
fry
within.
bread fall in there? Or?
It might.
I could see a
It
fry
might.
bread day. That would be super awesome.
But I love the fact that our kids have spoken and that we've reacted by giving them this opportunity to not only suggest foods, suggest foods that emulate and reflect the makeup of our students, but also to have them taste it.
Amen.
And so that's going to be, I think, a cool thing for our kids.
A quick question.
That's awesome. Go, please.
A quick question for the whole panel is: what was your favorite elementary school meal? What was your? And I'll model
I want
it.
to answer too.
You were
Go
killing
ahead.
it. For
Go-
me,
go ahead.
For me, I love the it used to be like mashed potatoes with the chicken and the gravy.
Yes.
That was delicious. And then I love the square pizza now. That piece is different than what we eat now. But it was the best back in the day though.
I'm going to have to echo that one. The mashed potatoes,
Yeah.
but it was like a meat, a ground meat or something.
Like
you know?
it usually had like chicken in
Yeah.
it, and
I call it was
later.
like turkey gravy day. right?
Yeah, it was
was
like
delicious.
chicken in it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. Maybe too much, Thanks, US.
What, did you? What?
I agree with the potatoes and gravy. My favorite thing was the apple crisp.
No, so I'm going out of elementary, but like in Pacific, we like those pizza breads and the fries. So like,
There you go.
and like we would put the fries and the cheese on the pizza bread.
The nacho cheese?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or just on the pizza bread. But I like.
We used to get nacho cheese with our fries and dip the fries in the nacho cheese
Yeah.
at Cardinal Pride, Severn High School.
Yeah,
We're
right,
eating
all
better
right.
than Pacific, obviously.
Yeah, but I want to give a little love to Pacific. There's a lot of construction going on there. Could you give us a little update on that?
Yeah, we're really excited about the upgrades at Pacific High School with the new theater that's being built, the new science building that's going up. So there's
That's on the back of already the new automotive.
the
and
new
all,
automotive. Yeah, that Pacific is an all new school coming up. So again, our kids deserve the very best, and I appreciate that our Board of Education has stepped up to make these type of investments because my mantra is I want our kids to have what the kids in Beverly Hills have.
Come on now.
Nothing less.
Yes.
Come on now.
So we're very excited.
Or we don't even have to go as far as Beverly Hills. The kids in Redlands,
Right.
where we're at, There's a lot of other opportunities that I see in school districts that I hear that we're working towards making sure that we have an equal playing field because those like vocational trades and programs and certificate programs that they could work on while they're dual enrolled at middle college, it's like you can really set yourself up for success at a young age. And when I engage with the youth, I try to tell them it's like you got to take control of your life now. Of course, you honor your parents, you're under their house, you honor their will, but you don't have to wait to get to your 18 or this or that before you start taking control of your life or the onus for your own career and education.
Yeah,
I agree.
True. With any other building or going on, anything coming up in the future?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of improvements happening. So hopefully you'll start to notice a lot of our schools getting brand new paint jobs across the district. If you drive by Shannon Hills.
Any murals involved in that?
Yeah, so Shannon Hills. Drive by Shannon Hills today. I invite you to
Yeah,
go by and
okay.
see those the big Aztec up front,
Awesome.
the Trojan up
I
front.
am a commissioner on the Arts and Historical
Yeah.
Preservation. So you guys might have to come to us for some
Yeah.
murals possibly
Hey,
too.
Come on by Dr. Henry Elementary. We just built a beautiful mural of Dr. Henry that she got to see this Saturday. We're having a mural drawn at Chavez Middle School that faces the Little League World Series because we know we get a lot of free TV coverage on ESPN.
Art.
So you're going to see a lot of our schools being beautified. We have the new aquatic center at San Gorgonio High School. So there's just a lot of excitement going on that's going to benefit not only our city but our kids.
I've heard all this stuff at anything for like the Cajon Cowboys.
Well, of course, that kick-started with the Jaden Daniels.
Awesome.
Cajon is looking beautiful, and the stadium's looking good, and we're
Awesome.
so
It does
proud
look
of
good over there.
Jaden.
Yeah.
No,
So-
it does. I love the
Yeah,
North
so
End.
thank you for noticing, because that's we want our schools to be the jewels of the community.
You know, one thing, as I know that our communities continue to grow and expand, and whenever you guys have to designate the next high school or middle school or elementary school, I would love to see it named after Dr. Margaret Hill. You know, she did amazing work. She's a mother of so many in our community, a mentor to so many, and I think it would just be beautiful to have a school in her honor, because knowing that education was one of her passions, you know?
I 150% concur. Dr. Hill was my VP when I was a student at Purdue.
Okay,
And,
no pride.
she would see me ditching from time to time, not too often, and she'd be waiting by the gate, and she would just go, you know. So I'm sure if she knew that I had become the superintendent of seminary, she'd be,
I hear you.
But you know what, Margaret, love Margaret, and she's
Amen.
been so good to so many of
I
us.
feel like
Very
she's here at
deserving.
every show.
Amen.
Like, I could only get her in here on Mother's Day because she was San Bernardino's mother.
Amen.
Right? She really was.
True indeed.
Beautiful,
A
beautiful
wonderful
woman.
lady. I
Beautiful
miss her
woman.
so much.
Amen.
And,
True
I'd like
indeed.
I'd like to dedicate this show to Dr. Margaret Hill.
And you know what would be also nice is, you know, her book from sharecropping to it's a beautiful
Non-stopping.
Non-stopping is
Yeah.
an excellent book. I would love to see that maybe integrated in the curriculum if that would be possible. Maybe in one of the clubs or something like that, if they're reading
and
clubs.
there's also her non-for-profit, Maggie's.
Yeah.
Cafe.
Maggie's something.
Yeah.
But like, maybe they could work with that too. And yeah. Oh, incredible stuff. We love Dr. Hill. I have a question before we get into Sindra. I have a question on demographics and population-wise. When I was doing paleo days and going to the schools, it seemed like I always had to have more of everything for Lincoln Elementary. Is that the same now still, or and what do we do to help those schools that do have more kids than the rest?
Yeah. Yeah, well, and speaking of Lincoln Elementary, I hope you noticed the brand new paint
Yes.
job there. Next
Looking
time
good,
you
looking
eat
good.
pizza at Alfredo's, look across, man,
Yeah,
it looks like
yeah.
a great school. No, you know, we're blessed in San Bernardino to have a lot of funds come to us.
Amen.
And the Board of Education, and I got to credit Mr. Tillman on this, he wants us to make sure that we're utilizing the funds to make sure that our kids have everything they need, and that we don't have to ask parents or community to help us. So we've been blessed with the district to have robust funds. And so at this point, there shouldn't be a school that doesn't have what they need to be successful and
Beautiful.
to address the needs. I'll even give you one example. One request the board has given us to make sure that we buy the PE clothes, the gym clothes, for all middle school kids and all high school kids, and we're going to do that next year.
Well,
so
that is awesome.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that, because when I played volleyball for Martin Luther King Middle School, we had to get funds from our parents as well, and we just had the little iron-on, like little tees, right? And then when we played Golden Valley, right, you know, different parts of the city, some parts of the city have people that are doing better than others, right? But they had backpacks with the logo on there, full jumpsuits, and it was just a totally different. I think we won, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
The outfits don't play for you, right? But it was definitely a stark difference. My father always would talk about that, just the difference in the funding. But I'm happy to hear that you're trying to do things for the whole district to make sure everyone feels included and has access to the same things.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that example. If you see all of our sports teams, either at the high school or middle school, boys and girls, they're getting top-notch uniforms.
Awesome.
Because, again, we want our kids to look good,
Yeah.
feel good, and feel good about themselves,
Totally.
and have that SB pride.
Definitely, amen.
I'd like to mention the Hill Center over in San Bernardino. What they did is that they're bringing they have a laundry station there for the kids and stuff. I was wondering, is that something that we could do for kids with at least their PE clothes? Because I remember there was kids at Golden Valley that they could not wash so they never washed their clothes the whole year probably.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
super happy to announce, not all schools yet, but we have 8 schools that earned the Community Schools Grant.
Okay.
And part of the plan of those schools that receive those funds is to have a washer and dryer,
Awesome.
so that kids and their families could could be able to have access to that. Now, we have schools already that have some of those things in place, like
Okay.
San Andreas High School. Some of the elementary schools have them. Some of our partner centers, like the one you mentioned. But that's definitely something that we're going to have available for our families. So again, so kids feel good about themselves.
Definitely.
And it's that pride and self-confidence, right? So thank you for bringing that up.
That's from my girlfriend. She went through a time when she was young where it was hard to get her laundry done, and that's something that she cares about.
Definitely.
Okay.
And those are the small things that we often overlook that are so fundamental to the quality of life. And knowing that we do live in, as of now, it's going to be changing, but we are in a social economically depressed area. And so I like the fact that, as you gave props to Brother Tillman, about making sure that we have robust funding, because not everyone can pay that to whatever the cost is to have their child participate or pay for these jerseys. Some are, some might only have $50 to provide for a family of 6 for the whole week, and we have to be mindful of that. So I greatly appreciate your guys' direction in making sure that the students have what they need to cultivate that sense of pride of self, you know what I mean? Because I feel like the better you feel about yourself, the more optimistic or hopeful that your outlook is, and most importantly, even with a hopeful outlook or a positive outlook, having the willingness to render the efforts to manifest. Because if you have that, if you're willing to work and do what you have to do, there's no limits. Everything is possible,
That's right. Yeah, credit to Mr. Tillman and really the entire board.
Amen.
Because they supported that 7-0,
Awesome.
unanimous. So.
Beautiful. And that sometimes that doesn't always happens on
Yeah,
boards and councils,
unanimous
right?
better. Demographics again. With our city, we have a little bit of Highland in there as well.
And Rialto.
In
a little.
Rialto, how do you bring us all together? Because that's ultimately what we should be doing anyways, right?
True.
So having the school district be a little bit bigger than the city, how do you work with that?
Well, one of the strengths of our district, I believe, at the moment, which has nothing to do with me, existed before I got here, is the community outreach and parent engagement. People like Sindra, their responsibility is to connect with certain aspects of our community, and they've done a great job. As a superintendent, what I need to do is I need to go out, and I need to be visible within either the Chambers of Commerce, the Rotaries, the Kiwanis, faith-based organizations.
I love San Bernardino County Show.
Yeah, I love saying, yeah. So I'm starting now to go and do the road show of our vision. As a matter of fact, my first stop this Sunday is going to be at Ecclesia Church.
Awesome.
Pastor Beckley's invited me. Then I
He's a
have,
good dude.
I'll be at a Rotary up at the Elks Club. So it's going to be my job to make that connection and make people feel welcomed. That we're willing to have an open door so that we can have these communications with the City of Highland, with the City of Rialto, with a lot of our nonprofit organizations, right, that make up
Totally.
the communities that exist in our district. And it's just a matter of creating a smile,
Amen.
reaching out,
Open
saying
hand.
we're here. Yeah, we're here as community. So that is part of our goal, is to be working with City of
I
Highland.
know we have to get over to Sister, but
I have one more after you. So
okay, and this will be a quick
That's
one.
okay.
But speaking of the nonprofits, because I see a lot of nonprofits that work
And
throughout
think
the
of your
community
question, by the way.
are doing amazing work.
Your question.
And I think of like Paleo Days and that exposure, and then also think of like Beautifully Scarred that works on people helping to address trauma and things like that. How is it that a nonprofit that may have a wonderful idea that could be maybe very, very impactful and beneficial to our youth, how is it that they connect with the school district to be able to navigate that process and get the guidance to make sure they're meeting the standards and the requirements that you guys have? But I know that there's some great ideas out here, and they just need to learn how to plug in.
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to respond to that. We're blessed with a lot of nonprofit groups that work for us. So what system that we have is every year, and I think the window's open now, there's an opportunity for any organization to put in an RFP.
Okay.
To say we have this service that we can provide the school district as part of your after-school program, or extended learning grant funds. One thing that we learned this past year is a lot of nonprofit organizations have great intentions, but sometimes don't have the business to maintain it.
To acclimate,
So
yeah.
what we've done in response is our job is not to just be cutthroat. Our job is to empower.
There you
Right?
go.
If we're going to lift the city, then we got to lift
Totally.
the nonprofits. So we're putting together a variety of workshops
Awesome.
that are going to teach people, first of all, what is the process? And then once you become a nonprofit provider for our district, then you're going to be able to participate with a bunch of workshops that teach you not only the implementation side, but the business
Beautiful.
side, right?
Beautiful.
The payroll, the liability.
Totally.
We're starting to even look at how we can front money to some of the nonprofits that are starters that may not be able to have the money to start off because you have to have so much money for property liability,
True,
et cetera.
true.
How we can seed money up
Beautiful,
front
beautiful.
and then have them catch up.
That's what
Awesome.
that was the problems I was running into with Paleo Days, is that eventually it's insurance, all insurance and stuff is cost prohibitive to start.
Yeah. So we were
Yeah.
we were getting folks that were
idea.
not being successful. And of course we were just saying, okay, you're done. You didn't meet the requirements. I'm like, well, wait a minute. These are our people.
Yeah.
They're the people in the community that want to be here.
Totally.
So why don't we teach them up?
Amen.
Why don't we help them up? And
You
so
guys
that's our
are
plan.
educators, so why limit it just to the students when you
That's
can
it.
bless the community through education and knowledge as well? So I greatly appreciate
So to
it.
answer your question, if any nonprofit out there is interested, please contact Dr. Sandra Rodriguez. She is the assistant superintendent that oversees
Awesome.
the Excel programs.
And we know Sandra very well, very nice lady, very
Definitely,
nice
definitely.
lady.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
My last question, and then we'll get into Syndra's incredible program. But it's
Incredible. Yeah.
We have a not new, which is pretty new, like a new Parks and Rec director, Liddy Gutfeld here in the city of San Bernardino, and she has been putting on some incredible Parks and Recs program, from Festival to the Cinco de Mayo. I mean, just every single
Yeah.
not the days before Miracle on Court Street. There,
Yes.
I want to say Nightmare on Court Street, but like these are good things, and like
Yes.
I know the kids love them. You know, so is there something you're already doing to integrate with
Any
the Parks and
partnerships?
Recreation, and if not, can we mash it? You know, because we need the kids at those events. You know.
Yeah, no, they've done outstanding
Yeah.
work, and I'm really pleased that our youth have an opportunity to be involved in something positive,
Amen.
something that builds the spirit of the city and the pride, which I know we all agree is what we're trying to do. I'm asking Mayor Tran if there's a day that I can come to City Council to present the vision, but also reach that hand that we talk about,
Beautiful.
because I do believe we need to be working together.
Totally.
And Mayor Tran supports us working together. She knows that the school district and the city, if we put our heads together with all the different commissions and all the different groups in the city, good things can happen.
Amen.
So to answer your question is, I don't think we have it where we need it to be, but we're gonna get there for
And
sure.
I do believe that art could be that catalyst. What was happening at the Orange Show with that art contest,
Yeah.
like every year, that's incredible, right?
beautiful.
And we could probably do that at Miracle on Court Street and all those events, right?
Totally.
So just want to throw that in there. all right. So did you have a question, Sindra, for your boss?
He's on the spot. Hot mic.
I'll pass.
Smart woman.
So when are you going to give Sindra a raise? Oh, wait, you got a raise last year.
But it's a new year. It's a new year.
Yeah. Well, she got a much deserved raise. She did a
Amen.
good job. She
Amen.
really deserved. All right. Well, Sindra, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Hollywood, hence the Hollywood Indian license plate on my car. I grew up between the Valley and Orange County. My mom lived in Orange County. My dad lived in the Valley.
And what tribe do you belong to?
Lakota.
Lakota.
And
The Wood Mountain Lakota from Canada.
Awesome.
and that made you want to share with the kids, and like what made you want to bring the Native American community together?
Well, I think the kids should know their history.
Amen.
And, we have a lot of little warriors in our school district. One of them, and I spoke up at the assembly in Sacramento, there was a little boy in second grade at High Pack, and he was getting bullied. He wore glasses, he had a different name, he had a long ponytail. So one of the teachers there and I came up with, if he's getting bullied on the playground, go to this teacher, go to her classroom. And so we did that. And I want you to know that he's a junior right now at Sanji. And he has been at times the #1 student
Beautiful.
in his class.
Beautiful. Awesomeness.
And I'm going to give him a shout out. His name is Achilles, War Cry.
I know Achilles.
Beautiful
Yeah,
name.
Yeah.
Awesome
I know
name.
Achilles.
Like, that's
Yeah.
a cool name, bro. Like,
Oh, and he's a
awesomeness.
real cool dude too.
That's
His
what's up.
mom and dad are cool too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So just to give the kids some pride in their culture and to know that we're still here.
Amen.
I get asked probably at least twice a month, "You're Indian?" It's where'd you come from? We didn't know we had an Indian program. And I said, "Oh, well, yeah, what's going on? It's 38th year."
Surprise.
Yeah. So, do I live in a teepee? How'd I get there? I've had kids ask,
Well, they just don't know. But like
don't.
Mr. Ramos just recently had a bill passed that
Yes.
lets us teach local Native American
Yes.
customs and
Yes.
history.
That's
when they
beautiful.
do the history class, they have to go through the local Indian tribe.
So in San Bernardino, that's the Yuhavia Tom and
Mm-hmm.
the Serrano. Do we still also deal with the Gabrieleno, Tongva, or and the Luceño or Cahuilla or?
Yes,
Not as
but
much?
not as much as the Serrano and Cahuilla.
Because technically this is their land.
yes, this is
But
their land.
understanding the history, the Cahuilla came in to San Bernardino to help protect some of the ranchos for a while. And then also at the Harupa mountain range, the
Yes.
the Gabrieleno came into that area, and some local tribal village names have Gabrieleno names.
Yes.
But then the high desert has the Van Yume, which are extinct.
Yes.
Yeah. But then farther out is that the Kumaweve or
Chimiwaves are
Chimiwave.
towards the river.
what I was trying to show is we have a vibrant Native American community right
presence.
here in Southern California in our area.
Definitely.
A lot of powwows and a lot of vibrant.
Totally. The question that I have for you is, where do you get this beautiful jewelry that you have on, the necklace, the earrings? It's
Oh,
very ornate and
you
beautiful.
you want to talk the whole show?
Okay.
Hey.
I was raised by a mother and a grandmother that you didn't leave the house unless you matched. Hence, I have a girlfriend. Her name is Nadine, and when I get a new outfit, I take a picture of it and I send it to her, and then voila, I have earrings to match in a couple weeks.
You got that customized plug. Here
Yeah,
you go.
yeah,
there you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
That's how
Awesome.
you
Beautiful.
do that.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Well, we thank her very much.
Definitely.
You're
Definitely.
welcome.
So what made you want to teach the family program?
My kids grew up in it at Kimbark when it was just at Kimbark, and Barbara Drake and Pauline Murillo
Oh, really?
and Francis Morongo. They started in the early 80s, and they would do presentations at Kimbark. And I raised my children in Devore, and so they all went to
Those
Kimbark.
are some of the main elders in all the history
Oh, yeah,
books.
yes. And then Barbara Drake, she passed a couple years ago. She and the principal, Zahn Overby, I'll never forget him. He drove a Volkswagen bus. I thought that was so weird. They got a grant from the federal government, which is the grant I work under. So,
And that's the Title VI Indian Education and
yes,
grant.
yes.
And that's all. That grant can be received all over the country by
Yes,
different groups.
I have helped Santa Ana, Garden Grove, help.
Basically using your program as a template to help
Yes,
kickstart
and
there.
for them to get their Title VI. And the Title VI lady in Banning, Roxanne Roosevelt, her and I are trying to work on Beaumont because they have all the Morongo kids.
Okay.
You know, a lot of the Morongo descendants and stuff. So, and to start the program, you need 10 Native kids. And I mean, I know one family out there that's got 11 kids. So, you know,
There you go.
there's your program.
Right there.
So,
And what do we do, team? Well, we meet on Thursday nights at 6 o'clock at the building over off Sun. Is it Sun and what's that other street right there?
Georgia.
Georgia, or Hallmark in
Yes.
Georgia. Yeah. And it's just you know, like a big room, like a conference room, and Sindra gets her art out of, like, Sindra has a whole storage. I mean, she has a lot of space back there. And we bring all that stuff in. Sometimes you do gourds, birdhouses. Tell us about
We do Christmas ornaments. We have, because traditionally girls do not play the gourd rattle. The boys make the gourd rattles, and
Girls Turtle? Or?
no, the girls do the clapper sticks.
Oh, the clapper. Okay. Yeah.
Traditionally, you know, only the men do the gourd rattles, the flute, because that's a courting instrument. And California Indians, I know it's going to be a shock to everybody, but they didn't play the drums. They didn't use drums. So that was Plains Indians. So it's just something that I get to tell the kids, you know, California.
And there has been a fusion. You know, we see the competitions at the powwows with the drumming and the bird singing and stuff. And a lot of times Native American families meet together.
The bird singing is not competitive.
Oh yeah. They sing together. Yes, they sing together. Sure.
The drums,
Yeah,
they
the
have
drums are competitive, yeah.
contests, but not the bird
Yeah.
singers.
And what's great about the bird singers is there's songs for everyone, and then songs for the specific tribes,
Yes.
or clans. And I love the one where they all come together from Torres Martinez and Sabova, and they're just all out there singing. And when it's weird, like you get this uplifting feeling. It's, I don't know. It's
Like a spiritual.
yeah. It's
You
like
can
being
feel
in a
the
church.
creator.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it's really awesome, and that's why I think you should definitely take your kids to some of these powwows. Ours is coming up at Cal State San Bernardino in
Go
September.
Yotes.
Yeah, it will be fun.
Totally. Totally.
You're gonna have to wait an hour for some fry bread, but it'll be fun.
You know what? And you might not. Go ahead.
And the following week is California Native American Day, which is the fourth Friday of September. And I personally, kind of, sort of, have taken over 10,000 of our school district kids to field trips to learn
Awesome.
about California Native American Day.
Beautiful.
And it ends with Friday night with the California Indian when the Miwoks and a couple other tribes from up north come down and
Dance. That's
Yeah.
a fun night. It's
Yes, it is.
wonderful.
Bring a
You'll have
blanket to
join us
sit
that
on
night, for sure.
bring a blanket or chairs.
Yes.
To Cal State San Bernardino.
Go Yotes.
Get a shirt and some fry bread, and it's not like a powwow.
No.
So you can actually get some fry bread.
Well,
True.
Yeah.
the one thing that I find so beautiful when I have the opportunity to attend the powwows are the outfits. They're so colorful and beautiful, and the jewelry is so ornate.
And they all mean something.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like each color and each the feathers represent, but it's so beautiful, and it's like it's just beautiful to witness. And then towards the end of the powwow, how all the tribes get out there and they walk around in the circle, and they might start doing the bird song, I believe, or they chant together and the drums are going. And it's just like you said, it's so powerful, it's so moving, and it's so beautiful to witness that the history is still alive.
Yes.
And that's what all cultures all cultures deserve to be highlighted, respected, and appreciated because each culture is a part of the mosaic of humanity. This is what makes our world beautiful.
And it's fun, dude.
Totally.
I mean, as an anthropologist, that's why I did it. 'Cause
Awesome.
I love
Awesome.
food. You know, I mean,
Fried bread.
Yeah, and
Watch out, fried bread. He's coming for
and
you.
San Bernardino has got a melting pot of all the best grub.
There you go. There you go.
Really good.
Definitely.
So Sandra, like, I would be remiss if I did not mention Jackie Nunez.
Yes.
Who's been involved in our program, done a lot of things for Native American Day as well at Cal State.
Right.
The other day, I didn't tell you this, but I just walked into the LA Natural History Museum. It's 100 carats, so we're going to see the biggest diamonds in the world. And before we even get in there, there's a picture of Jackie right there. I'm like,
Yes.
Jackie,
Yeah.
I know her.
Rock star.
They have one at the mission now.
Awesome.
That, yeah.
I think
Jackie and I went to a
fun.
restaurant one time, and we walked in, and I said, "Is that you?" She turned around and she goes, "It is."
The meal's on the house tonight.
Yeah. Oh, it was funny.
So Jackie, she's Guarena or Achaman?
A Hushaman.
Hashaman, and she moved just recently up north a little bit.
Yeah,
so-
she moved to Bass Lake.
Okay, so is that why you have to do more of the program, or is she gonna come down here for?
No, actually, she's kind of retiring. So Jackson, her son, and I have been working together. And then I have a gentleman, Cosme Duarte, his native name is Skywalker. He works with me with the middle schools and the high schoolers because, in middle school, they would prefer to talk to a man versus a woman.
And he's good too, because like if you need to fix your art project, you go up to him and hey, can you help us?
Yeah.
Because he's good at making those turtle rattles and everything.
And he's an actor, and he does voices for video games.
Awesome.
And so the kids know him. So,
He's nice too. He's
Yeah.
a nice guy.
yeah, he's very nice, and he really helps. And so I contract with him.
Okay.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Anything for the future? Because this year, we didn't have a fry bread day this year, right?
We'll have one
Sad
the
about it.
second meeting we have in September.
And this is a great day because it's a potluck, right? So we all bring a little something, right? And then we have Albert, he comes all the time.
Uh-huh.
He cooks a fry bread right outside the building.
He has a kitchen on the trailer that he does, and he goes, he's got a
Normally does
business.
pizzas, but it works great for fry bread
Yeah.
too.
So we spent 2 hours just pigging ourselves out with fried bread.
I hear you.
But it
And
was
everything
great.
else, yes.
It was great, and it's just the family nights are so the family can sit together, okay, and do something as a family,
Beautiful.
which is really missing sometimes. And this year, we're going to learn different native languages. I got the CDs, I got the CD players, so we're going to do, for whatever tribe the kid or the student is.
Like Haminat or like
No.
hello or
No, because
No.
I can't get any Serrano things
oh.
Thus far.
this far. So, and I have some Tiwa kids, and
But I can work on that. I do know a local Serrano he's not Yohaviatam, but he's been working. He's actually been showcased in LA Times with Ernest Eva.
who is it?
Oh, gosh, his name's I know it's right there.
Uh-huh.
But I'll send him to you. I've been trying to get him to come. He loves to practice.
So we're gonna do Lakota, Cherokee. If they want to learn their language, they have an opportunity, and I have workbooks for every language.
Beautiful.
And we're
Native
gonna
American Family Night,
Yes.
the big family gathering day, right? So I don't know if you've met, Mr. Trio, but I have. Maybe someday if you're lucky and you know Sindra well enough.
You've met Danny Trejo.
Oh, Danny Trejo, yeah, of course.
I have a
heard
pic.
Carrillo, Trejo.
Oh, okay.
you were okay.
Trejo.
I
okay.
should have said machete. And then-
Yeah, I should have said machete, but
Nice
like,
man.
isn't that cool?
It was cool.
Like, and the kids just love it, man. They love to hear his story. He doesn't beat around the bush, and he's very honest about his life. And
Yep.
I mean,
It's a great story.
yeah, you have to.
No,
have
you
to-
got to be real.
Yeah, because
And
like the fake stuff don't help our kids, man. They already know, you know.
Word up, they know.
We've had Emilio Rivera
Yes.
and Michael Irby from the Mayans and
The dancer, what's his name?
Bach,
Bach, yeah, Bach, and the girl.
Nanova,
Nanova.
the hoop dancer. Yeah,
Beautiful
she's a
name.
world champion who's hoop.
Awesome.
In fact, she's I believe in Italy right now.
Awesome.
Tracy Lee Nelson.
Oh yes.
Yo, guitarist, incredible.
Blues,
Yeah.
yes. The first time I did a back to school night for the native kids, I had Redbone.
Oh, I wish I would have saw that.
You
Would
got a
Tracy
network.
hook that up?
Yeah,
Oh,
so that was
man.
cool.
You gotta sing the song now.
Come and get your love.
Beautiful.
We've had Gary Farmer.
Yes, yes.
Um,
The actor.
yes. Who else, Robert?
Mr. Ramos, Assemblymember Ramos.
Yeah,
of
we've
course.
had
You
Mr.
know,
James.
one thing that probably resonate, you might have to do a little research, but I've seen on a few Vice shows about some Native American hip hop artists. You know what I mean? Because we know that's a very popular art form.
The native. I've had him on here, and also
Yeah.
Lloyd
Shorty.
Duro.
Oh, yeah.
The Kauai, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
The Kauai King. I'm
Have
sorry,
you
the
ever
Kauai
heard
King.
Pakuma?
No, I have
Oh,
not.
well, you need to.
Yeah, short dog's cool, dude.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Yes, he's done a few
Oh,
things.
we're getting close to see. This is what happens when the show. We have so much fun. Oh, I have 4 minutes. Did you want to mention some things?
Yes,
Quick,
definitely want to
And
uplift
this section is brought to you by Motivational Realizations.
the energy
The
of
energy.
positive thought. Positivity, you know. But definitely want to shout out an amazing event that happened this weekend with some debutantes with Girls to Pearls. It's a program that's in Rialto, and they had their tea time and debutante scholarship awards, right? So coming together to raise money for the young ladies as they pursue their goals of trying to get into a historically black college or university. So it was a beautiful event, great turnout, wonderful support. My mom was there. She wanted to go there, so it was Saturday. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do because, you know, it's a whole Mother's Day weekend. It's not just Sunday. Right? And really, it's celebrate your mom each and
Yeah.
every day,
Yeah,
especially
every
if they're
day.
worthy, you know,
I love
especially
my
if they're
mom.
worthy.
Love
So
you, Mom.
love you, Mom. But I also
I
want
love your mama too. She's the number one fan.
She's definitely a fan of the
My
show.
mom even don't even listen, so she used to back in the day, but I those days don't last.
Well, shout out to your mom as
Well,
well,
thank
your
you.
madre,
I
as you
love
like to
my
say.
madre.
Amen, amen. Beautiful, beautiful. We are blessed to have
Yes,
loving
we
mothers,
are. We are.
as many people are, but not everyone has that. So, you know, shout out to Mother's Day, and God bless all the mothers, and anyone that even plays a role of a mother in their community or for the youth around them. You know, thank you for that because it's truly needed, and you are a blessing unto our community. What I would like to uplift is we have an expungement clinic that's happening this Thursday, May 16th, from 3:30 to 7:30 at the Community Action Partnership of San Bernardino County, over there off of Tippecanoe at 696 South Tippecanoe Avenue. If you go to my Facebook page or Instagram, just type in my name, Ipyani, Ipyani. That'll pop up. It's a wonderful event.
Hey, go do it. I seen the judges take people's
Totally.
records and clean them
Totally.
right there.
And this effort is led by Assembly Member Eloise Gomez Reyes's office in partnership with the Inland Empire Latino Lawyers Association, as well as California Community Action Partnership and Interfaith Movement for Human Integrity.
Don't
So
be afraid.
check it
Go
out.
do it. Just
Totally.
go do it. Go
Totally.
do it.
Totally.
And that job is yours.
Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we all make mistakes, right? But my father would always say, you judge the moment by the man, not the man by the moment.
Yeah.
We can't allow a mistake to define someone's future. We all make mistakes, and we all deserve a chance of redemption and a chance to pursue the dreams and visions that we each been given.
And I want to thank you both. Oh, we have 1 minute. Go ahead, Sandra. Jump in. Oh,
Thank you for having me, Robert. And we're going to have a Native American graduation dinner on the 24th, and Michael Irby is my keynote speaker, and the kids get blanketed. So we have a blanket ceremony.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And more on the vision?
Yeah, just thank you. I love San Bernardino. You know that.
I know.
And it's a great day in San Bernardino every day. So let's get at it.
And this is Robert Porter and Hippie Yanni Lockhart, and we all out of here!
Cardinal Pride.